challenge. We got all these things we want in a man. A list of things. He got to be tall. He got to be dark. He got to be handsome. He got to have pretty teeth. He got to be a family man. He got to be financially stable. He got to be rich. He got to be successful. He got to be all these things. And we ain't even half the things on that list. He got to be a family man. You ain't talked to your mama in 6 months, but you want him to be a family man. He got to be financially stable. Your account is in the negative, ma'am. Overdraft fees. He got to have a job. You need to go fill out some applications because you're still unemployed. He got to have pretty teeth. You ain't seen a dentist in 6 years. He got to have a six-pack and be in shape. You can't even walk up a flight of stairs without huffing and puffing. Get your life together. This whole list that he got to be. You ain't even half the things on that list. So this is what I challenge you to do so we can manifest love all 2021. Make that list of that perfect dream man that you got in your mind. Then, what I did, make a list of the type of woman he would need right by his side. You want him to be in shape? You need to get to the gym. Equally yoked. You want him to be financially stable? Well, you need to start saving because you can't keep a dime to your name. Huh? You want him to be a family man? Call your mama. You become a family woman. Heal your traumas before you put all this shit on him. You want him to be patient. Your patience is thin. You want him to be understanding. You the least understanding person in your circle of friends, but he gotta be understanding. Fix you. Fix you. Whatever you want, become that. He gotta be in shape. You eat chips every day. You heal. Let's become the person we want to attract. How about that?
So quite a few of y'all tagged me in this video asking what my thoughts were, if I agree. And let me just say real quick, yes, I do agree with her overall premise. I could have done without some of the things B. Simone was saying, but she's an actress and a comedian, so maybe that's why I don't want to be nitpicky. Overall, what I got from what she was saying was that man or a woman, but especially women here, specifically women, if you want a man of a certain caliber, of a certain level, then you need to be on that level, something comparable, or bring something to the table that complements what he brings to the table. You know, if you want a boss or somebody who has the bag, then be able to flip that bag, be able to grow that bag, manage that money, etc. You can't be looking for an asset when you're a whole liability. Like that's, again, man or woman, but here we're talking about women. You shouldn't be looking for a man in which you would be a downgrade for him. You would be a step back from him. That's just what it is. Now, what I found interesting was a lot of the feedback was from women who were agreeing. And that seemed to come as a shock to a lot of guys. And I saw dudes commenting stuff like, oh, y'all don't want to hear this truth when it comes from us because we be saying it all the time. We've been saying it, but because it's coming from a woman, now y'all want to hear it. And I'm gonna just speak from observation that I don't think that's quite the case. I don't think women have as much of a problem with the truth as people say. I think a lot of women have a problem whenever the truth is being misused as a weapon or a device of degrading them or cutting them down or attacking their self-esteem. Or that women have a problem whenever this truth right here is being misapplied to the exact opposite of what this girl is talking about, what B. Simone is talking about. Because what she's talking about is a woman who is unemployed, busted, disgusted, ain't got no money, but she wants 6 or 7 figure man. You know, she want to Bill Gates or a woman, or you know, she's talking to a woman that has no family values, don't care about nobody in her family, etc. But she want a man who is a family man, who's family oriented. That makes total sense. But too often I see this exact same truth being shot at women who are bosses, who are entrepreneurs, who make plenty money, who are doing their thing, who work hard, have ambition. And whenever that woman says, I want a man who's equally yoked, I want a man who makes 6 figures just like me, they're told that that money that they got, all that they worked hard for, don't mean nothing. In fact, I saw a video literally of this situation where a woman who was making 6 figures in her business was like, as soon as she said, I want a man who's on my level in this area, the attention was turned to what her face was on a 1 to 10, what her dress size was. You know, if she was a mother or except, like, come on, if women have a problem with anything, they have a problem with that. Or the woman that says, you know what, I'm not only family oriented, but I'm doing the work of both me as a mom and what should be the father in my child's life. I've seen that woman get this truth of a message. And not only is that like disregarded, what's really weighted is the fact that she made the mutual decision with another man to even become a parent. That's what counts. That's where the attention goes. And it's held against her that she had enough standard for both her and her child to get herself out of a situation that wasn't fitting for either of them. I've seen that woman be cut down because of that. instead of her being measured on how quality of a mother or quality of a family woman that she was. So if women have a problem with anything, from my observation, I think they have a problem with that hypocrisy. Not only that, but it's like it's an insult to their intelligence whenever, this conversation comes up and a woman says, I want this caliber of man in terms of his character, in terms of his family values. And it seems like the way that they're measured isn't on the same scale. They want a man, they're looking for this character, and et cetera, et cetera. But then whenever it comes to measuring a woman and how that woman is seen as desirable or attractive, it's all about their sexual value. It's all about how they can stroke a man's ego. They want a man, again, for his character and stuff, but whenever the conversation comes to a woman, it is, again, what's your weight? What's your age? How many kids you got? What's your body count? So if women have an issue, if women say, you know what, there's something wrong with this conversation, I don't think it's women saying that I can't handle the truth. I think they're saying, if this is the truth of how men these days evaluate me or find value in me or, gauge their interest in me, then why can't we address the issue with that? Because there is an issue with that. But let's get back to what B. Simone was saying. Again, overall, I agree with her message. I especially like that whenever she talked about a woman's health, she didn't make it about a man's sex appeal. Too many times we see people talking about, oh, you need to be healthy. And what they're really saying is you need to be sexually appealing to me. But she makes it about things that actually indicate whether or not you're healthy as a woman, which I think is dope. Of course, everybody should love themselves, but everybody should also become the healthiest version of themselves on a daily basis. So I love that. And I also love that a lot of women were co-signing this, which of course is contrary to popular opinion that y'all can't handle these types of truths. And I also love that there are so many women ruffling feathers of a lot of these folks out here, both men and women, that are calling out the BS, that are saying, no, like, even though it's a similar message, you're not going to use this same type of message to manipulate me. To that group of people, no, you're not crazy. No, you're not tripping. No, you're not afraid of the truth and can't handle the truth. No, you're not just wanting to hear only what you want to hear. You're peeping BS for what it is and you're calling it out. And we need more women like you. And to my guys out there that are also calling it out, I salute y'all as well. Keep doing it. But those are just my thoughts, man. Y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. I'll let y'all later. Y'all be good. Peace.